Blake Lively is facing serious backlash after launching a sweeping legal campaign that critics are calling a shady attempt to silence voices aligned with actor Justin Baldoni. The ongoing legal battle between Lively and Baldoni, originally stemming from allegations of harassment and defamation, took a sharp new turn this week when Lively's legal team issued a wave of subpoenas targeting influencers, media figures, and former publicists who have supported Baldoni or shared negative coverage of Lively's claims. Among those subpoenaed are media personalities Candace Owens, Andy Signore, Perez Hilton, and even entertainment executive Scooter Braun. Lively's legal filings accuse these individuals of participating in or amplifying a targeted smear campaign allegedly coordinated by Baldoni's PR team. The goal, according to her legal team, was to discredit her allegations before the March 2026 trial date. The subpoenas demand detailed records of communication, online posts, financial arrangements, and affiliations with PR firms linked to Baldoni. The move has raised serious questions across the entertainment industry and legal community. While Lively is within her rights to seek discovery relevant to her claims, critics argue the aggressive strategy appears designed to intimidate and suppress dissent. Some have accused Lively of weaponizing the legal system to silence public discourse and control the narrative surrounding her lawsuit against Baldoni. The backdrop to this legal offensive is a deeply complex and increasingly high-profile legal conflict. In early 2025, Lively filed a civil suit accusing Baldoni of inappropriate conduct on the set of It Ends With Us, alleging harassment, manipulation, and an orchestrated PR campaign to undermine her reputation when she began to push back. In response, Baldoni filed a countersuit accusing Lively of defamation, character assassination, and extortion. That countersuit was dismissed in June 2025 by a New York federal judge who found Baldoni's claims legally insufficient. Despite that dismissal, the battle has intensified. Now, Lively's legal strategy appears focused on exposing what her team calls a coordinated misinformation effort, fueled by powerful online influencers and digital platforms. According to Lively's attorneys, the subpoenaed individuals knowingly or unknowingly participated in spreading false narratives intended to discredit Lively's claims before they could be adjudicated in court. If you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe. We bring you the latest updates around celebrities, without the fluff, just the real story. The legal filings specifically cite dozens of social media posts and online videos that echoed talking points allegedly circulated by Baldoni's PR team. One post from Signore was mentioned by name, in which he described Lively's lawsuit as a desperate grab for attention, while Candace Owens had previously questioned the timing of Lively's claims during an interview segment that also referenced Baldoni's upcoming projects. Legal experts say the subpoenas, while aggressive, are not outside the bounds of normal civil discovery. But what's drawing scrutiny is the scale and scope of Lively's approach. Instead of limiting discovery to known associates of Baldoni, she has expanded the dragnet to include high-profile voices who may only be tangentially connected to the central case. The question now being debated is whether this strategy is about gathering facts or silencing critics. Adding fuel to the controversy is Lively's ongoing dispute with Baldoni over her deposition. Earlier this month, Baldoni's team proposed that Lively's deposition be held at Madison Square Garden, a move her lawyers described as public theater designed to generate spectacle and media buzz. A federal judge ruled that Lively may choose her own location for the deposition, but only if Baldoni's team is granted full access and oversight. Lively chose a private Manhattan law office for the proceeding, and the deposition is scheduled to take place later this week. Her team has accused Baldoni of trying to turn the legal process into a ticketed event, while Baldoni's representatives say Lively is using her celebrity to dictate terms and avoid public accountability. Meanwhile, industry insiders are closely watching how this legal saga continues to unfold. The subpoenaed influencers and media figures have not publicly confirmed whether they will comply with the demands, but legal analysts say resistance could result in contempt proceedings or even fines. However, some are expected to challenge the subpoenas in court, arguing that they are overly broad and intended to suppress free speech. One name that stands out in the filings is Scooter Braun. Lively's legal team has not alleged that Braun coordinated any of the content directly, but claims he has ties to PR entities that may have worked on Baldoni's behalf. Braun has not issued a statement, and it is unclear if he will fight the subpoena or provide records as requested. The online reaction to Lively's legal maneuvering has been divided. While many fans have praised her for standing her ground and trying to expose what they see as a toxic media smear campaign, others believe she's going too far by pulling influencers into a legal battle that should be settled in court, not on social media. This isn't the first time celebrities have used subpoenas to demand online content in defamation or harassment lawsuits. But the inclusion of multiple conservative and entertainment-focused voices has made this instance particularly charged. It also comes at a time when debates about censorship, digital accountability, and the weaponization of fame are at an all-time high in Hollywood. With the trial date still more than 8 months away, both legal teams are laying the groundwork for what's expected to be one of the most watched celebrity cases of 2026. The presiding judge has already warned both sides about the risk of turning the court into a media battleground, emphasizing that legal arguments, not tabloid headlines, will decide the outcome. Blake Lively, who has remained mostly quiet in public since the lawsuit began, has not commented directly on the latest subpoenas. Her team continues to argue that she is fighting for accountability and fairness, not just for herself, but for others who might face similar harassment in silence. Baldoni's team, on the other hand, claims Lively is orchestrating a campaign of character assassination that relies on legal threats, not truth. The subpoenas are just the latest in a series of escalating moves. Earlier filings from Lively's side accused Baldoni's legal team of leaking confidential material to the press and using publicist channels to influence coverage of the case. They claim these actions are part of a coordinated effort to exhaust and intimidate the plaintiff before trial. Baldoni's lawyers have denied the accusations and said they are committed to transparency and legal process. While the court of public opinion continues to churn, the legal implications of Blake Lively's strategy are becoming harder to ignore. Legal analysts are beginning to weigh in on the broader risks of using subpoenas to target digital influencers and media personalities, especially when many of them were not directly involved in the original incidents between Lively and Baldoni. This growing tactic, often referred to as a legal perimeter strike, involves subpoenaing anyone adjacent to the issue in order to gather information, build pressure, or gain access to communications that might reveal coordination or PR manipulation. However, critics say it's increasingly being used to chill public discussion, especially when the people being subpoenaed are prominent voices with strong followings. In the Blake Lively case, what makes this situation unique is the wide political and social range of the targets. Figures like Candace Owens and Andy Signore, known for commentary that often critiques mainstream Hollywood narratives, have framed the subpoenas as an attack on free speech and a warning shot to those who speak out without aligning with celebrity-approved messaging. Perez Hilton, who has a long history of covering celebrity controversies, has not responded publicly, but sources close to his team say his legal advisors are preparing to challenge the subpoena. The same is expected from Owens' camp, which has already hinted at launching a counteroffensive, possibly framing the legal request as a First Amendment issue. For Lively's team, the objective is less about silencing voices and more about identifying what they call strategic defamation pipelines, alleged channels used to launder damaging content through seemingly independent influencers and news outlets. Lively's team argues that exposing these patterns is essential to understanding how digital misinformation influences celebrity legal battles. But as the subpoena battle stretches on, it risks overshadowing the core issue. Lively's harassment and defamation case against Baldoni, which is set for trial in March 2026. The case centers not only on Lively's on-set allegations, but also on whether Baldoni and his associates launched a retaliatory PR campaign after she raised creative and production concerns. Sources say friction between them began in early pre-production of It Ends With Us, with Lively allegedly objecting to script changes, working conditions, and certain filming decisions.